Hi, this is Brian from Surefire Studios. I'm going to do just a little bit of demoing in PreSonus Studio One Pro. I had a prior video of an original from my band Fate Shall Follow. The song is called Severed. At that time in that video, I had all the music was broken into sectionals, if you know, where all the elements of the kit were on one track, all the guitars were on another track, the synthesizers were on their own track, my bass was on another track, and so forth. We did not have vocals at that time. We've since added vocal, and I'm going to really emphasize that today. I'm going to just go over a couple things that I've learned from teaching myself just by getting in it and pressing buttons. First off, the editor is your F2 key shortcut. Basically, what you would do is you could select a track. Like, let's say I wanted to edit the vocal. All right. I would go click on the vocal where you can see it's highlighted right there, and I would hit F2. Now it brings up the vocal track. You can see all right here, this is all my vocals. Right here it tells you it's vocal, and this the actual wave for my vocal. All right, F2 again will remove that. F5 is your shortcut to bring in your browser, which is where you would find various effects, and you can sort them by folder, vendor, or just like your insert categories. You also can have sounds, which I don't have any. Your files, if you wanted to drag a certain file in, you could bring in a WAV file directly into your project just by doing what I'm doing here, just dragging it in, and it automatically will create a file for it, which I think is really awesome. It keeps you from having to, go a file and import another program. You can just drag and drop stuff right in, which is really the backbone for PreSonus. Okay, that's F5. F3, you can see, is your mixer, which is cool. You can have that. I have two monitors, so I like to have mine split. Also, F4 is your inspector for each track. Your track inspector gives you the information for your tracks. All right, okay. Now, I want to show a little bit about automation. I'm just starting with automation, and you click on this icon right here, and it will bring up your automations. What you can do is you can click here on each track, and it will give you the type of automation you can insert onto the track, whether it be volume, pan, or muting. Okay, on this particular session that I did, or mix, I should say, I was working on adjusting volumes on particularly my overheads in our break and the vocal volumes in our break. We have a little break section. You can see here at the end of the verses, I got a little stereo panning going on where the cymbal crash or overheads from the cymbals start on one side, opposite stereo sides, one left and one right, and they go and they meet in the middle and they cross each other. And I have it as a reverse. So let me highlight that, and we can take a look at that, what that looks like. Right there is where I actually copied this part of the cymbal, pasted it here, and reversed it. And this is what it sounds like. Very little subtle thing. What Jason, the drummer, had did during the tracking of the song, he actually did 4 cymbal clicks there, or hi-hat clicks. So it was like a psh, tss, tss, tss. So I just took those 4 clicks out and then overdubbed a reverse cymbal again. right back into the song. All right. Close that. All right. I wanted to get the vocal level right during our break, which is right here. What we do there is we have, I guess, like a whispered part, I guess you can say. I'm going to go extra large on the track. And Tyler the singer, sort of does a whispering thing there. And I wanted to make that vocal part stand out a little bit more as opposed to the rest of the song. And I do that again through automation. The whole time he's doing the whisper, I keep it at one volume up until right here. And then when he comes back in with his regular singing, I bring it back down to the level that he does for the rest of the song, you know? Okay? And again, prior to today, I really hadn't had a chance to really listen to it very much with how the vocal falls with the song. But I'm going to play it now from where his vocal, so we can hear the difference in the vocal before the automated volume increase. I should say before the volume increase occurs, and then after in the break where this is whispered. Here's the track. This is the chorus of the song. And here comes the vocal. And it's just a 2 decibel increase, but because he's whispering, what me and Jason and Tyler realized is that the vocal was the words he was saying really weren't coming out, and what was happening is, although there's not a lot going on musically, we weren't able to hear what he was singing, which we thought the words that Tyler wrote here were very good, and we wanted them to just be more important to the song than just the actual melody he was singing. Again, here after he finishes that swell, I go back down in volume so that when we reintroduce the main theme of the song after this little instrumental, when the full band comes in with full drums and all, and us doing our power hits, his vocal will be at the same volume it was in the first half of the song before the break. So it all sort of it flows and it sounds good, and there's not a certain part of the song it sounds like it doesn't belong there, you know, and it's even across the board volume wise, except of course for our dynamics. All right, 0 0 brings you back to absolute 0 in the song. I prefer to keep my tracks in medium. That's how I like to work right there. What else? Again, you can, instead of using your shortcuts, you can do your editing all right here with these buttons. You've got edit, you got mix. Obviously, that takes away your controller there, and you can open your browser window right here too without hitting the shortcut. Shortcut's just kind of handy if you've got your hands doing other things. That's something you want to work on there, and it's all pretty much else. It's self-explanatory. You can look at it and sort of figure your way around. The manual is very helpful. I looked at the manual for a couple days before I really messed around with it. There's a lot of information in there. One thing that's real cool with it is if you've got a track and you want to stretch the part, you can see right here, I come up to the edge of it, and you can only stretch lengthwise from the end of it going right. So you would hold your Alt key, and you see right there, you get that little clock that's telling you that you're in time stretch mode. You can just stretch your track like so. So let me solo that. So before the stretch, this is what I had. All right. Now, after the stretch, you can hear it's pretty good. There's no degradation in quality. You actually, it's pretty intuitive. I was impressed. I used it on that cymbal, reverse cymbal, that I showed you after the first chorus. I actually took that part from his cymbals that Jason had, and stretched it out a little longer. Not much, just a little bit. I wanted it still to remain true. So if I took the reverse off of that and put it next to that clip there, you'd see that it was a hair longer. Just I wanted to make it be just different. I didn't want it to be an exact replication of the original cymbal crash. So, and it kind of worked for me, and that's ultimately what we all should do if we're doing the recording and mixing ourselves. Is we should ultimately try to do what we like, and that's why I got into doing my own recordings and stuff. Got really upset with a couple situations where I was in where I went and paid someone to record my band or bands I was in, and the engineer doing the mixing and stuff really was not listening to what me particularly and the other guys in my band were asking for from a style, a music style standpoint. We were saying, hey, we want the band to sound like this. We're playing this, and we want to come across this way. And we ended up getting a record that sounded like it wasn't us. We had a bunch of people one time we played out live. They're like, wow, you guys don't sound nothing like that on your website. And we're like, yeah, we kind of got railroaded in the studio. And I got tired of paying money for someone to not give us what we wanted. And now that's not to say that I can always get what I want, but I do feel like I have a better chance of achieving the ideas in my head, having them see the light of day, than having someone else pushing the buttons. Either way, it's been very fulfilling to me. A great learning experience. Every day I learned something new. I talk to a lot of people, and the information I get is greatly appreciated. And I try to keep an open mind. I'm going to close the video out. Just going to show you guys a little bit of the song on the ride out. Thank you very much, and I appreciate you watching.